Dien and Joseph Quinn. First of all, thank you guys so much for waiting. We promise we're going to make it worth your time. I mean, how does it feel to be in front of crowds like this all the time that are just, that you have won over in such a big way for Joseph and Grace in such a short period of time?
Grace? It feels very strange, obviously, but it's amazing, yeah.
Very strange, you would say.
That word existed before the show, and it will continue to exist after the show.
It is forever changed.
It is kind of. Every time I've actually heard, because I guess stranger things have happened, and I've heard that saying, and I heard it in a movie the other day. I don't remember what it was, but I went, "Oh, he said it."
That's the name of the show.
Thing. And there was a movie from like the '60s, but yeah, it feels insane. I don't know. It feels absolutely insane. Just that was insane.
I mean, you guys are amazing.
Are there more people in here than the last one?
Oh yeah, there are double the amount of people in here that were in the last room. Yeah. I would love if each one of you could share a really special fan experience that you've had over the course of this whirlwind that's like really stuck with you.
I've got quite a nice one. I was in Rome recently on holiday, and I don't live there. And I saw these two little kids wearing Hellfire t-shirts. One was about 7, one was about 9. I was in disguise. I was wearing a hat. I was also wearing sunglasses. No one could tell it was me. I was enjoying an ice cream, a gelato. It's Italian for ice cream. And I saw them walking, and I just couldn't help myself. And I took my hat off and looked at them, and they started crying. And it was adorable. And I gave them a little hug, and then they walked away. And but that's what's crazy about this thing. It's that it doesn't matter where you go. I think, not especially with this season, but I do think this season has touched people in a way that I definitely couldn't have predicted. So that is, you're aware of how global this thing is, and that's my fan story.
I love you. I love that.
I mean, for me, it's all the little girls dressed up as Chrissy, where I'm like, you shouldn't even be watching this show.
Where are your fans?
They're so cute, and they're so happy, and then there's also all the people that crochet mini Chrissy dolls that I just, like I've said before, this fandom's so talented. It's just amazing.
Well, we were talking this morning, and I was saying to Grace, like, the amount of people, or the amount of young girls who are in the Chrissy costume that are like crying like she died in real life is so. I was like, they think you're dead. Like they really feel. I don't know, that they're just so connected to the show. For me, I mean, I don't know. It's been the first time really that I've noticed people, like young kids. I mean, 12-year-old guys or whatever, just like with their mom, and like they're just like so, I don't know, there's something like incredibly moving to me, and like I will never get used to it. I'm just like, I'll just sign a photo and I'll just like talk to them for a second, they'll leave, and they'll just like look at their mom like, oh my god, like, I can't believe that just, and I was like, like seeing that from the other side is so sad, because I was saying to someone the other day, like, I went to a bunch of cons as like a little kid, and now I'm on the other side, which is crazy. Like, I went to like cons in Seattle. I was from Vancouver. I went to like Fanexpo Seattle, or in Vancouver, and like, it's weird being on the other side, and being able to have, and fans also are really nice too. I don't know if you guys have had this yet, but they're like, "Are you okay?" They're like, "Come on to your table," and they're like, like just make sure you get some rest because they're also really tired. Like all the fans are also really tired as well from just being on their feet all day. So they're just like, yeah, I don't know. It's really a really nice, supportive.
Do you get any? Are they giving you breaks?
Yes.
Are they giving you breaks?
Yeah.
It's very
Fans
sweet.
care a lot. We
Oh,
care a
that's
lot,
great.
right, guys?
It's so sweet.
I love you talking about going to Fanexpo Vancouver before all this. I would love to know one thing each that you guys are like a big fan of. Like, what do you geek out over?
Well, I met Frodo and Samwise yesterday. Yeah, I love those movies growing up so much. That was a big part of my life.
They're incredible. Yeah, amazing.
Yeah, I got to see them. They did that panel. They did a panel last night. I got to talk. I got to see them. And it was incredible. It was like I don't know if anyone here was there, but it was amazing. And it also made me laugh because I was like, because everyone's saying Stranger Things the next season's the last season, which is insane. And but I always think like, oh man, it's gonna be it's gonna be heartbreaking. And then I realized like. Those guys probably thought the same thing in 1999, and they were and on a stage somewhere just being like, yeah, when I was 13, it was funny because I never done, like, I don't know, I just think it's funny.
Yeah, you guys are in this for the long haul.
Yeah,
That's for sure.
whether we like it or not, we're gonna be in it for the long haul.
Yeah. What about you, Grace? What do you geek out over?
Paul Newman.
Yeah, what do you think? Remind me what your favorite Paul Newman movies are.
Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid and Cool Hand Luke.
Great choices. Great choices.
I like marinara. That's a Paul Newman tomato sauce reference. Anyone? Right? Guys, come on.
Nice.
Thank you. He's also got cheese puffs. Thank you.
We are going to play a quick game. We played this briefly, but I'm going to give you guys some different questions this time. So this game is called 3-Second Summary. And essentially, I'm going to give each one of them on a card the name of a famous horror movie. And they're going to have 3 seconds to describe it to the other two. And then they have to guess what the horror movie is. So, are you guys ready for this?
I love you! Love you, Joseph!
If anyone wants to trade theirs in, I do have 2 other options. You let me know. Oh, you did?
I'm not gonna cheat, okay? In front of all these people, that would be good for my conscience.
All right, why don't we start with Joe?
You timing me?
I'm gonna time you. Hang on. Okay, we're ready.
Balloons.
It.
Yes! Immediate.
I'm gonna be 42 and talking on a stage about that one as well.
All right, man, your turn.
Okay, he kills you in your dreams.
Freddy Krueger.
Nightmare on Elm Street.
Yeah! Oh gosh, you guys are crushing. All right, Grace.
Okay.
No pressure, you can do it.
Winona Ryder.
Beetlejuice. Dracula.
Yeah!
Beetlejuice. Oh, okay.
Beetlejuice.
Oh, both are horror. He's a Dracula.
Okay.
Is she in Dracula?
Yeah.
Oh, with Keanu Reeves.
No, with
What
Gary
am I thinking
Oldman.
of? Oh, wait, hold on, sorry. Have you seen that video of Gary Oldman on the set of
I just can't
Of
bring
course,
it.
yeah.
When he's doing that.
yeah. He's got this gigantic cape on and this prosthetics, and they're like, and the director's just giving him a note, and he's getting really upset with the director.
Francis Ford Coppola.
Yeah, and yeah, of course, yeah, Francis Ford Coppola, who's a director, I don't know if you guys know.
It's gonna be huge.
And he storms off set in the craziest looking costume you've ever seen in your life. Anyways, it's kind of an inside baseball thing.
Can we play again?
Yeah, we can totally play again. I have 2 more cards here, except for Finn seeing one of them, so you can't guess. I mean, you can, but it would suck. Oh, we did this one already. Whoops.
And yet another one I will be talking about.
Oh, I think we do only have one more card. Okay.
We also come up with our own, too.
Yeah, absolutely.
Winona Ryder.
Okay.
That was weird.
Giving you the same card twice. Well, do you guys have favorite horror movies? You can do your own. Yeah.
Its eyes. Its eyes are not. It's eye.
Venom?
No, something.
No.
What's wrong with its eyes?
It's up.
What's wrong with its eyes? What?
Is it Venom?
Yeah, that's the director.
Are you saying Tom Clancy?
That is also
Tom Clancy's Rainbow Siege. Okay, wait. It's Mia Farrow.
Mia Farrow.
Rosemary's
Rosemary, its eyes.
yeah, a good one.
That was fun.
Audience questions from the great folks in the crowd here that we pre-selected. This one's from Michael Guerrero. I'm excited about this one. What's your favorite line that you improvised?
There were a few good ones this season. I feel like. You do, I feel like.
I don't know. I can't remember which ones I did anymore. Which one?
What is it? Wait, hold on.
One at a time. So.
Shh, wait.
Big boy. That was an improv. Weird.
Yeah, I did improvise that one. Yeah, I get that one. Calling Joe Keery a big boy. That's
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah, a solid one.
There's a few moments also, like, even in our scene, that scene where, like, you're on the table and all that stuff, like, there was that extra that walked past that you were like, and you're like, that's who's killing the kid. You're like, that's who's killing the kids. That scene or whatever, you know? And you, like, do it to the extra, and she's like, oh, freak, or something like that. That was, like, completely improv. Like, you just
She
ran
came
up
up
on
with
her.
Freak. She did.
Yeah, she did. Yeah, so technically the extra that came up with freak
Really?
was good.
Did we have any improv there? Is it?
Pretty much. You mock stabbed yourself and fell off the bench, and the Duffer Brothers were like, "What are you doing?"
Oh,
You were
yeah,
like, "Let me just try it."
and then they weren't going to let me use that. What? They were like, we can't use it because there's too much leaves in your hair.
Yeah,
But
which then you improvise the leaves being in your hair.
Yeah, I was quite badly behaved.
Oh, I was gonna say there's
Yeah.
one line in the show that we were filming in New Mexico, and they're just like.
Sorry, Finn. Sorry.
I was gonna say something so fucking boring, so don't worry about it.
Jamie, welcome. Thank you so much for joining us.
Hi, nice to see you again. Thank you. We love you too.
Jamie, we were just talking about any moments that you improvised during the filming of the season.
Improvised. No, I mean, there's some stuff in episode 7 where Henry is like, I'm still breathless from Joseph's embrace. There's some stuff in episode 7 where Henry's sort of like walking around the kids with that scene with Millie, you know, where that scene was so long, obviously, that sort of, there was a lot of travel backwards and forwards between Millie and the wall. And there's lots that you don't get to see because it's really dark. Like, I'm talking to a child at one point who's lying on the ground. So little things like that, but no lines. I didn't improvise any lines, I don't think. Actually, that being said, Natalia, Nancy, when she's tied up in that chair and she's saying no, 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 in one take I just started saying yes, yes, yes. That didn't make the cut, thankfully. Yeah, but that was pretty much the only thing, I think, yeah.
That was too dark somehow.
I think it was just too shit.
You guys are such a tight-knit cast. It's obvious from the way that you interact. Is there a Stranger Things group chat? Is there a GC?
If there is, I'm not in it.
Dark.
No, I mean, I feel like when we're on 12 or 13, maybe, I don't know, it's not as much of a
There's a Stranger Things group chat. That's not on it?
No, I'm not.
I think there are I have maybe like 2 or 3 groups of 3 of the cast. I don't think there's a whole group chat.
Do you guys just send each other memes?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's specific people you check in, like we text sometimes, and I check in on Charlie and everyone. I mean, literally, Jamie and I only started to get to know, we didn't have anything together, 0 from the show, so we really only started getting, we'd met before, but we only had a real conversation in New York after the show came out.
Yeah, by the elevators.
Oh, wow.
So it's been nice to just actually hang out with each other.
Yeah, it's been really nice.
Yeah. Because you have 4 different storylines and they're all in different places in the world, so it's fun to just see it all come together.
I sent Millie a meme the other day and she said, please don't.
What was the meme?
It was Will. Wait.
We're gonna do this live, everybody. We're gonna check it out.
I think it's on this phone. Let me see.
Did you see that meme where it's what Mike sees when Will's looking out the window and it's a photo of a guy with his bald head? It's so funny. I can tell everyone knows what the meme is even when I'm not.
There's also a good one where Mike is just a dog sitting there oh well, sobbing. Yeah, it's really good.
It's Will Byers dressed as Will Smith from The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. And he says, now this is a story all about how my life got turned upside down. So good.
I love that Millie was absolutely not. It's a no. This is serious business. What's each of y'all's Save Me from Vecna song? Besides the Vagabond.
This is all got way out of hand now. So, yes, I committed to this joke. I guess it's a joke. It's not a joke because it's not funny, but it's there's a band called the Venga Boys, and there's a song called Up and Down, and I said it in one interview, and I committed, and yes, and so I guess that's still my Vecna song, Up and Down by the Venga Boys. So
as funny now as it was then. As funny now as it was then. Well done, yeah.
Yeah. We like to party. I don't know what mine would be. I said Miley Cyrus Party in the USA, but that's just it's old school. It's not a great song, and I feel that I'm the same as Joseph. I feel like an idiot for saying that now. And dug myself like a hole I can't get out of. But there's my answer, so enjoy
I know, you
it.
know what's sad?
it's nice in the hole.
You know what's
isn't it,
actually
Jamie?
not cool? It's not cool is that everyone's mind was immediately what's the first joke I could make?
100%.
The first joke I thought in my head, and now I'm gonna be tied down to this, and I'm saying it. I'm gonna start saying it, and everyone's gonna tie me down to it. But I want it. If it's something that you know, it should be a new metal song. It should be Trapped. It should be suffocation. Or the one that's oh. Disturbed. Yeah, that would be my. Down with the sickness. That would be my thing to get me in.
There are a bunch of TikToks too of Vecna standing there hearing someone's song that's the Venga Boys and just being just go. Please, I don't want this. What about you, Grace?
I kept saying, "What is Love" by Hadaway.
Great. These are all very good. And Chrissy, wake up. Absolutely. Which we should all probably say once. 1, 2, 3.
Chrissy, wake up!
Thank you.
I said this at the last panel, but let's remember what the scene was that took place in. The murder of an innocent girl that you've all made into a joke. Look at you guys. You sick freaks. Making it into a thing. You know what? It's fine.
The whole crowd was like, we are sick freaks.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly. Yeah.
we're gonna play another game. This one is called Rapid Fire. The String. They're gonna be wholesome. They're all gonna be wholesome. Don't worry. These are all approved by your agents. Strangest food you've ever eaten?
Oh, I ate a Christmas ornament one time. Oh. Here's a nice piece of trivia, and I'm saying it to a room of 1,000 people. When I was like 1 year old, I ate a Christmas ornament. Fine. Nothing was cut up. However, I did poop sparkles. That's a true story. And my dad was changing my diaper, and he was like, "Holy shit!"
Thank you
Anyways,
for that.
I don't know, pizza with pineapple. Whoa, that's what they were saying. There's just something normal.
Jamie, what do you got for us?
Oh, not much. I don't know. I think I want. Sorry? Princess La. I never ate Princess La. I don't know. Come back to me. I think an animal of some sort, and I don't eat meat anymore, so, I feel terrible for saying it out loud. So, no, nothing. I've never eaten anything.
A great answer. What about you, Grace?
I feel like in middle school, did you guys all do those challenges where it was like if you eat this dried cricket, you get this like yo-yo?
No.
Great, that's me.
What? Sorry, what?
Was it like part of the curriculum?
Did that happen to any of you guys?
Yeah.
A surprising number of people say yes. Interesting.
That's like such a bad prize. Like to be like, eat this live bug or have this yo-yo, and to have this yo-yo. Like it's not a fair trade-off. Actually, it's fun. I've had cricket tacos in Mexico City, and they were great.
All
I got a
right.
yo-yo out of it. So.
I didn't get anything out of it.
Just the experience of having done it.
Yeah.
Joe, you good? You have anything?
I've got two things, but one of them is appropriate. I ate a bowl of ants recently
Oh,
in Brazil, just a whole bowl of ants, and it was delicious.
really?
Yeah, really
What do they
good.
taste like?
Lemongrass. There's this whole bowl of kind of fried ants, and it was,
Interesting.
You know
lovely.
who told me that ants taste like lemongrass? They're gonna hate me for saying this. The Duffer Brothers. You know why? They used to eat ants as little kids. And they told me one time they taste like lemon.
Weird.
Which made me think, do you guys still eat ants?
It's a real fresh memory somehow. All right, strangest place you've had a nap.
I had a nap in the middle of a supermarket. There's a photograph of it on the internet. You can go and find it if you want to see it. I was really tired, and we were doing a series of pictures of me napping in the strangest places. So like one was in a supermarket, one was like halfway down some stairs, one was like on top of a like thick desk. Oh, hello. Yeah.
So were you posing to take naps, or were you actually taking naps and the photographer just like took a photo and then waited for you to wake up?
Sort of both.
Oh.
Yes.
Anybody else? Top to top supermarket.
Yeah, I don't. No one can. Yeah, no.
Grace, Joe, school? School,
Yeah, school you see a
solid.
lot in, and I feel like just a lot of floors. I feel like
Yeah.
Floors, yeah.
floors.
Airport floors?
Oh
Airport
yeah,
floors,
JFK. I was stuck in there for a night, and Yeah, not as cool as the supermarket, but
Well, you guys
Thanks for saying it's cool.
slept at a hockey game. That's pretty impressive.
oh, you know what? Actually, I slept. You know what? I slept through Transformers 2: Revenge of the Fallen, which is like the loudest movie. Which is like the loudest movie you'll ever hear in a theater, and somehow I slept through the entire movie.
Somehow.
It's a classic. Oh yeah, sorry, I just reminded me of Linkin Park. That song from the Transformers movie would also be a great background song.
Agreed. Strangest scene you've been in?
All of them. I did a TV show once where I was lying on a table surrounded by sort of 9 men, like stroking my naked body. Whilst lovely, it was intense. Yeah. Oh, I also had to kiss a friend's mum in a film once. That was fucking weird. That was weird. I was like, I'm so sorry. She's like, why are you sorry? I'm like, because you're my friend's mum? Like, this is weird. Anonymous. Jodie Richardson. Yeah, right.
We gotta stop letting Jamie go first.
I feel like most of this, I feel like every scene, especially in Stranger Things, is just weird. Like sometimes we'll just like, I mean, when we were shooting season 4, Eduardo Franco, who was Argyle, he's new obviously, and we were so used to just being like 11 over there, whatever, the Demogorgon, the Vecna, like it just sounds insane. And he one time like burst out laughing during a take. And was like, "I'm sorry, you sound so dumb right now." Like, what are you talking about, dude? Like, what? And like, there was this scene in the 9th episode where like 11's in the bath, and we all just have to kind of crowd around her on our knees, and that was like 3 days of us just looking at her while she was asleep. And Eduardo could not keep it together. He was like crying, laughing. And the Duffer Brothers were getting so mad at him because they were like, this is a really serious scene, man. And Eduardo was like, I'm sorry. In the middle of the fucking desert, and we're looking at this girl who has a shaved head just like in a hospital, just like lifeless. And like, this is insane. He's like, you can't expect me to take this seriously. This is insane. It's crazy. And he just was like, could not handle, and it made me realize like, oh yeah, it's so funny because a lot of these scenes are so weird. If like an outsider came in and was like, what are you guys doing? Like, imagine if we were just like shooting that scene and no one saw the crew. It was just like me, like in character, just looking at Eleven. If someone walked in the door, they'd be like, what the fuck are you guys doing? Get out of here. You're just watching, like this is so weird. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like they're all pretty. When you actually think about it, they're all pretty weird.
Yeah, totally.
But they're really fun.
It's ridiculous. We did the scene in the woods where we were just being told about various invisible threats that we had to react to. So the brothers it would be either an earthquake or some bats, or an earthquake or some bats, and those would change constantly. I think the strangest scene that we did this season was in Lover's Lake Road. We had this enormous water tanker built, and we had this very zealous director who did the third block, who was brilliant, called Nimrod. But at the end of every take, he'd go, "Yeah!" He couldn't cut, and Joe Keery was showing off, and was kind of like swimming, and he was being amazing. And after every single one of his takes, Nimrod would just be going, like, "Yeah, you goddamn rock star! He's a goddamn rock star!" And yeah, Joe started to believe it as well.
Alright, you Grace, strangest scene you've ever filmed?
I did a movie a couple years ago with Eduardo, and our characters randomly break out into a song about drugs. That was very strange.
Yeah.
It was a very beautiful, buoyant song.
What movie is that?
It's called The Binge. It's about drugs.
Great. Alright, last strangest question. Strangest movie you've ever seen? I know a bunch of y'all are cinephiles, so.
I saw a movie called One Cut of the Dead.
Oh, yes.
It's incredible. It's so weird.
Yeah, I don't want to.
I don't want to spoil it.
Yeah, because there's something that
Yeah,
happens. There's a movie
yeah.
called One Cut of the Dead. It's Japanese.
And you should watch it. You have to commit to it, though.
But I mean,
Well,
the room's
yeah,
just
I mean, that's an
hilarious.
obvious
The room's
answer.
hilarious.
Yeah.
The strangest movie I've ever seen, I remember, there's a few where I was just like, oh, what the fuck, what was that? Yeah, I don't know. I mean, obviously, like, the art, I mean, yeah, Midsummer's disturbing for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's like there's like the artsy movie, there's like that movie Gummo
Yes.
is like a horrifying, weird movie. That's amazing as well, but it's like a classic, like film school, like you see Gummo. It's like a classic one of those movies. I'm trying to think.
There's a film called Candy with Ringo Starr
Yes.
and Richard Burton. Have you seen that film?
Yes, I have.
That's
Very bizarre.
mental.
Yeah.
I watched that recently. That's probably the strangest film I've seen in a while.
Yeah, that's a great answer. It's a weird one. Jamie, I feel like you're gonna have a good answer for
I
this.
think so. I don't know.
I do.
I don't know really. I watched. Sorry, Twilight.
Twilight. Yeah. I mean, yeah.
There you go. Question answered.
Legit.
A lot of there's also a lot of 70s movies that are just so weird. Like most 70s movies, I feel like are just so
I feel
weird.
like Clockwork Orange is very
Yeah, it's
weird.
a strange movie. Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot. There's a lot. There's a lot.
I mean, there's strange and there's disturbing and then there's sort of like purposefully strange. It's like everything everywhere all at once is purposefully meant to be
Yeah.
strange.
Oh my god, so
But then, there's films like Anything for Jackson about two, like a satanic couple who take in a kidnapped victim and have to sort of feed her to Satan. That's disturbing. It's great. It's awesome. You should watch it.
good. I told you guys.
Yeah.
Well, big round of applause for our. You did a great job. You did great. We're getting pretty close to wrapping up here, but I would love to know from you guys, for our audience of 2,500 people here, which is wild and incredible. One thing that you hope folks take away from your character this season, something that you hope they learn from you that they take away from you. Eddie and Mike and Chrissy and Vecna.
Sure.
Pop your like Nussy.
Quite hard to say this without too sincere, but I guess that it's absolutely okay to be different. And our differences should be celebrated and not vilified. I think that is, that's what I hope people take away from Eddie.
Yeah, well that. What do you think?
I don't know. I feel like this season for Mike was pretty passive. I don't know. I'm not sure.
I mean, Mike's whole thing is kind of that his big job this season was to be the support class for his friends, kind of.
I think it's one of those things where it's I think he's slowly coming through I feel like in the last 2 seasons he's been pretty up in the clouds, and I feel like slowly as the season ended I think it's the right. I don't know to be. It's okay to be compassionate, I guess. 'Cause,
Yeah.
he goes through 4 or 5 seasons of not telling Eleven how he feels, which is crazy because everyone knows how he feels.
That monologue, by the way, is amazing.
Oh.
It is amazing.
Yeah, I would say that. I think
It's really good.
Yeah.
How about you, Grace?
I played a very small part, but a lot of people have approached me and shared that they had a similar experience to Chrissy's traumas. And even though Chrissy didn't get to have her happy ending with resolving all of that, I would like to say that recovery is not linear, and I feel so lucky that people feel comfortable sharing with me their story.
I love you!
I love
Fucking really?
Child murder.
Yeah, don't be a dick. I mean, look, Grace just used the word trauma, and so much of what this show is about and where these characters come from for Matt and Ross is based in trauma. And I spoke yesterday about the idea of relating to this character that I play, and ultimately, you know, this is a person who is, like Eddie, vilified, suppressed, repressed, oppressed, and ends up becoming a very negative version of themselves. So without jumping too much on the Joseph bandwagon, I think also it is about just letting people be their true selves and have their power and love them for it no matter what. And don't try to control anybody, ever. Ever. Don't kill your family.
Kill your family. And what a note to end this wonderful panel on.